What up?
We're on a budget, so we don't have an intro.
I'm the intro.
What's happening?
World Cup time. That's all that's happening, man.
Yeah, I know.
Very little work is occurring.
Work?
Work.
What's work?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what work
I
is.
take pretend phone calls in front of the TV now. That's my whole life. I just stand there. I'm like, oh, it's lunchtime. It's 11.
You've got one of those old school phones with like the cord. James, the cord's out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta take this outside.
James, your phone's turned off. Damn. It ran out of battery a while ago.
Yeah. Look, we were gonna get into it last week, but flight delays.
Listen,
We didn't get to preview the World Cup, so we're just gonna just dive straight into it.
Virgin, Qantas.
Anyone else?
Rex. And Scoot.
Oh, Scoot.
Fuck Scoot.
Yeah, look, we were going to preview it last week, but flight delays kind of fucked us, and then World Cup started Friday morning.
So we thought we'd wait to the end of the first round, start looking into kind of where some of the results landed, what the groups are looking like, what we think is who's gonna top each group, and then obviously go back to the Aussie game because we versed Turkiye.
Turkiye.
If we say it in the right way, don't quite understand it, but it's Turkiye. Good result for us, but we'll jump into kind of how that game panned out, and then maybe we'll look at where the US game that's upcoming this Saturday morning lands, because I think that's a pretty hard game for us.
Yeah. That'll be. But look, we got off to a good start. Do we just jump straight into it?
I reckon we just jump. Look, let's just jump straight into the Aussie game. That's it. Like, get real fucking excited about it.
Let's start with this. How fucking sick are they?
Yeah, dude.
How awesome are the Socceroos?
The sickest, dude. We managed to pull off the upset of the tournament so far.
Yeah, this would be the upset of the tournament so far. I mean, there's been draws. Like, there's been some big draws, but nobody. This is the biggest win.
Look, when I say an upset, I can't just say, okay, the team kept them to 0-0. Because obviously, once we get into a few games, we'll go through the groups, some highlights in there. There are some big upsets where teams of tiny stature of less than 500,000 people are pulling draws against the biggest nations in the tournament.
World Cup winners, Euro winners, but...
However, I think, look, if you're going to pull an upset, you've got to beat the team, right? Like, you can't... Like anyone... No, not anyone. That's a fucking stretch. But most teams can defend their ass off, especially with the hydration breaks.
Yeah, which we will delve into as we go along.
Well, I mean, it's going to become apparent, because I think... This game's also a good one to bring it up, right? Okay. So, I mean, let's go with the result. Australia win 2-0.
Boom! Fuck yeah.
Take that to the face, Mr. We're going to dominate them.
We all had a bit of a Turkiye sandwiches.
Yeah, we drove through Auburn with flags.
But look, 2-0. Irakunda scores 27th minute.
And what a goal.
It was a really good goal.
There was no dead ball play, long throw, bullshit. It was pure through ball, straight to Irakunda.
Keeper to... who was it? No, it wasn't Mecca. Fuck, I forget who assisted. But it went keeper to the midfielder, Irakunda, goal.
Yeah.
From keeper to goal, it was about 5 seconds.
Yeah, and it was 3 passes.
Which we've said, there is nothing wrong with a long pass.
No, clearly apparent.
It works.
But to be fair, I got to say, I think Popovic copped a lot of slack before the game, right? With his selection. No Matty Ryan in goals, and he puts in Mr. Safe as Beaches.
You've been trying to make this a thing, so I'm trying to make it a thing.
It's going to be a thing. It might be the title of this episode. Oh, Safe as Beaches, baby.
Oh, fuck. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Fine.
I've annoyed him into submission, everybody. But you're right. We played the long ball. Irakunda still has a job to do, though. There were still 3 defenders. He's got one on his back, which he was managed to outmuscle and pace at 20 years old. Amazing. Then he has another incoming centre-back who comes to challenge the ball. He cuts that ball inside of him, holds composure, and is able to put it away at the near post.
Yeah.
Insane goal.
It's very, very like top level.
I can say
it was top notch.
We were watching it out at the entertainment quarter, And
Having a great time.
we were having a fucking sweet time. I felt like shit on
The
Monday.
next day was bad.
Oh, dude, I was celebrating so hard. Not to mention I had $100 on the Aussies.
That was a good win.
Cha-ching. I believed.
There's so much in it. It was good. Yeah, so we went out there and it was good atmosphere, especially after watching the Knicks win.
Yeah, that is
Great
true.
atmosphere.
That is true with that guy getting potentially just more and more red as the game went on.
Oh, bro, he was looking like the turkey flag.
Yeah.
It was getting beyond a joke. I was actually going to call the Ambos.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Think that somebody's going to die.
He's overheating. Please. He's real stressed out. One guy's pulled out half of his hair.
Fry tuck.
Yeah. Fried tuck.
But yeah, so we get there, watch the game. It was great atmosphere. See Irakunda score, and we've just gone, this is on. Like,
Yeah.
we are on.
It was crazy. And still, even at that 1-0 scoreline, there was no belief, right? Like, no one thought, well, we're going to hold on to this. Everyone in their minds just like, we could pull a draw here.
Well, especially like after the goal, I think it was Chalahonu had a shot, and David Beach saved it onto the post.
Onto the post.
And you're like, fuck, that was close. But we still, the way that we set up our in defense, it was 5-4-1, and they could not break us down.
Yeah, and that one is being real liberal.
Toure.
Yeah. He was playing more of in a position of a 6
Yeah, it was-
than he was of a 10 or a 9.
But hey, it worked, and it was fucking great. But as you were talking about with the hydration breaks, that worked into our advantage.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it will continue to work in our advantage for the tournament because, they use the momentum trackers, right? And it's like the new thing. It's real hot. Like everyone can kind of see it. And obviously, it was just all Turkey's momentum attacking at our goal. Hydration break comes on. We're able to drop a bit of their kind of pressure.
Yeah.
Right? Their momentum breaks a little bit. Obviously, they get it back at some point. But for us, I think it was holding that line of 5 with the kind of number 6 sitting almost as another centre back in front of him. Worked really well. Where I think that we had some struggle was getting the ball out through the middle.
Yeah, because because we were so compact, and then when we would try to move it out, they would swarm, and there wasn't really any outlet for us.
Yeah.
But when you're up 1-0, and then later on 2-0, which we'll get into, didn't really matter. We were able to get it out, reshape, get back into our shape, and then just continue on.
Well, because I mean, we had to absorb their pressure, and I think for the opening 20 minutes, we had a little bit more open play.
Yeah,
But
it was
as
more
soon
of a football game than just us defending.
As soon as we got that goal, we were like, well, let's just shut up shop.
That's it, yeah.
And you got to give credit to our guys at the back because
Bro, Harry Suter was a fucking beast.
Harry Suter, every ball that came in, he had his head on.
I don't know why they keep trying to cross it. The guy's 6'5" or something.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's huge. He's
And we
way
used it
bigger
to
than
our
anyone.
advantage. It was funny though because we kept bombing the ball out, and there was not one of our players to
we couldn't do
challenge it
nothing.
at all.
Nah.
They would just take it down, instantly try to come back at us. We're like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
We accepted it. It wasn't nice football by any means, but it was the football that we needed to play to beat a team like Turkiye.
Yeah, exactly. Look,
Like their team value was something. It's 770 million on transfer
half
market.
that's Gula.
Yeah, well, I think he's about 140.
Yeah.
and then you've got us worth like 70 million.
Yeah, in total.
total.
Which is crazy, right?
So you look.
That's going to change after this World Cup, though.
I tend to
Irakunda
think-
and Toure are looking good. Metcalf is looking good. David Beach is looking good.
David Beach, safe as beaches.
Shut up.
I will not refuse.
But we go into halftime 1-0. We're all thinking, fuck, we're on here. And Turkey, they didn't start Yildiz, which I thought was very interesting.
Well, he came on at halftime.
Came on at halftime, and then, I think they put more pressure on us.
They definitely created more chances.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
But I will note they weren't clear-cut chances.
a lot of
Either
shots
they
from
missed.
outside the box.
Shots from outside the box, kind of deflected crosses that are coming in low, where they were making kind of attempts at the goal.
Yeah.
That being said, I think Beach has made some fantastic saves. I think he broke the record for most saves
I think
made
he
by
equalised.
Yeah,
he's got 8. He got 8 saves.
most saves in an opening match for the World Cup or something.
Well, it
like
says
that.
he's 7 shots on target, but I swear I thought I read that he,
I also agree. Yeah, I thought he already made 8 saves.
yeah, I thought he
as
made
well.
8, but they've got 7 on here, but we could be, someone's wrong. One of us is wrong.
It's not normally us, right?
No, we're never wrong. Sorry, I called him David Beach. Sorry, Patrick Beach, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, look, our back three of Chicardi, Sudar, Burgess, mad game. Italiano and Boss did their thing.
I mean, Jordan Boss, I thought had a very decent game. I don't.
That was quick.
Yeah, what the hell?
So it was Ocon, I think, that got the assist.
Yeah, so it was Beach and Ocon, which were the two in question for being included in the squad. One, because Ocon plays in the A-League, and they've got bigger ones like Jackson Irvine that could have played over him.
Yeah.
Which I completely agree with the criticism, right? If you're looking at this on paper, you go, why would I play Ocon over a seasoned veteran like Jackson Irvine, who every time he plays for Australia gives 110%. We then also have Patrick Beach, who plays in the A-League, over Matty Ryan, who's a La Liga player starting too, right? So big calls to do it, and it worked out. You've got one guy makes eight saves, and the other guy is the assist for the opening goal.
So they justified their selections.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And then obviously it was nice to kind of just prove, one, the Turkiye players wrong, but also all the pundits wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Because before the game, Chan Hoglu comes out and starts saying that they're much better than us, they're going to dominate us, and that they will control the game, and it would be a whitewash, essentially.
They were way too cocky, way too confident.
Way too confident.
Too confident.
This is what's going to work in our favour, and it did work in our favour.
It did work,
because all that they were trying to do is control the ball around our box, and at some point thought they were going to break us down. And there were glimpses in which I think we were panicking on the ball to try and get it out. But the thing is, we didn't try to force, which I think when we go through the groups, South Africa tried to play football.
Oh my God, yeah.
And they're trying to play out the back against Mexico. Didn't work.
We're not that type of team.
No, and we didn't try to. I think on a few different occasions, like Aiden O'Neill tried to turn out the ball. I think quickly realised that that's probably not the way to go.
Yeah.
And then we'll just play the ball into the far corner and allow them to come back. But what did we do? We just instantly reset back up into our shape.
Yep.
And we weren't able to be broken down.
Yep. That was good. And then obviously you were talking about the pundits, and we're all talking about the Americans who just thought, oh, who's this Irukunda? Oh, who's this Toure? Like, who are these guys? We don't know them. They're nobodies. I'm going, bro, you're America. What are you talking about?
No one knows you.
No one knows. Who are you?
Yeah.
I played for Leeds once. Okay.
Yeah, 3 games.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And he's criticising the Socceroos. You go, mate, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but it has set up for a big game Saturday morning.
100%. But then obviously I think we went into the second half with confidence. Confidence that, one, we weren't going to get broken down, and 2, the system was working. And we did not change the system. Which I thought was a perfect way to go into the second half. We went to Turkey and went, well, you have to break us down now.
Yeah.
We don't need to come at you. You can come at us.
And then we get the second goal 30 minutes later, and it was a fucking good finish by Metcalf.
It was a great finish.
Very, very good finish by Metcalf.
Again, it was one of the times that we actually went forward. Right? Contrary to popular belief, everyone said we had 2 chances, scored 2 goals. We had a couple others. Right?
Yeah, we had a couple others.
4 shots on target in total. Right, 37% possession. It's not ideal, but at the same time, given the quality of players we have versus Turkiye, that's the only way to play in a game like this.
Yeah, you're not going to outplay Turkey with the players that we got compared to the players that they got, right? And you can kind of see at the end of it that Arda Güler was getting real frustrated because they expected to kill us, they expected to dominate us, they expected to score, and I don't even remember Güler really having a shot on target.
No,
I think he had a lot of pot shots.
Free kick.
Yeah, and the free kick, which I was baffled that Shalahoglu didn't get it because he's got a wicked boot on him. But Güler wanted to take it, and it was great for us. We were cheering when he took it.
Thank God. But going to Metcalf's kind of winning goal, he sees a small opening in the goal. That keeper did not expect a shot to come out of him. He makes a shot bottom corner.
Buried it.
Right?
Absolutely buried it.
He just saw a small opening and he took it. And then I will give Popovic the congratulations of, I think, some perfect subs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He brought these players on, right? He brought on Yengi to bring on energy. He brought on Jackson Irvine, which everyone thought he would come on a lot earlier, but he brought him on to close the game out. He brought him on going, okay, here's what we need to do. Same as Behic. And Behic did his job perfectly. Yeah. He goes, Arda Güler does not get that ball in the box. And, mate, he didn't let him.
Yeah, he was on him like white on rice.
Yeah. So, and I think players that were unused, we still have great talent still on our bench. Matthew Leckie never got used. Again, Matty Ryan, Degnek.
Degnek is very experienced. Yeah, Mobile, very experienced as well.
Yeah, Volpato still to come on.
Yeah, and Harrington,
who's obviously being looked at by Barcelona at the moment, which is kind of surprising. But this is the talent that we have in our team.
Yeah, which is great. And I think Tony Popovic is the right coach to have for this team. It's a good mix between experience and youth. And he's been, he was a great player, played in the Prem. He coached the Wanderers to a Champions League. So the guy can coach, guy's played, and he's got a really good back room because he's got Jedinek there.
Yep.
Jedinek is his assistant coach.
And Jedinek's gone through the trials and tribulations of a World Cup.
And he was our captain. He was a former captain. So the guy, he's got a really good back room, experience. They've all done it before. They've all played for Australia. They've all been at these big stages, and they can help these young guys. And then you got players like Degnek and Matty Ryan and Jackson Irvine who are going to help them elevate them to hopefully get through to the next stage. But with the win,
we're in a good position. Yeah. Winning the opening game,
pretty much 3 points gets you pretty much
that
the
third
availability
spot. For third spot, right? Yeah. And then it goes off, how successful we are for third spot. Obviously, if we can pull another point out of these next two games, look, going through becomes a strong possibility for our team.
Yeah.
Right? How hard the next game is the question.
Yeah.
Because I think, can we get a result against the USA? Potentially. Is it hard? Yeah, 100%.
You're going to play America in America.
And then obviously to see what Turkey does with Paraguay.
Yeah.
Right? Drop points there means we put ourselves in prime position. So, look, obviously the summation of the game was emotionally riveting. Was it good football to watch? Not for a fucking neutral.
No.
But for us, it was fantastic.
It was great. I was sweating on that for 90 minutes.
Oh,
straight.
dude, it was terrible.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, should I cash out? The entire time. So, we'll obviously wait until Saturday's game. But
Saturday, 5 a.m. Don't forget.
Let's jump into some of the groups.
Yeah, let's go to the groups.
How we ended up. Now,
we want to put it up?
Let me throw it up on the screen so it's probably easier to see.
Yeah.
So, look, Group A, which obviously the second round of these games are on tomorrow, with Mexico currently heading the group by goal difference. They got their opening win against South Africa. And I think
the story here was the red cards.
Yeah.
I think, is this the only game that's had red cards?
Yes.
And they had 3 of them.
Yeah, and they had 3 of them.
Crazy. I thought it was going to be a wild World Cup with that start.
I also thought the same thing. Because I'm there, I'm like, damn, these refs are ready to go. They are ready to send people off. Because, harshly, I don't think the Mexicans should have got a red card.
What did he get a red for?
The player, he took the player out as he was trying to break through. Yeah, but he's not last man.
Yeah, was the second yellow or straight red?
No, straight red.
Yeah, it's a bit out of control.
Yeah, everyone's like, because even the commentators are like, well, that's a yellow card.
A little bit trigger happy.
Comes up, they're like, oh, it's a red.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But look, Mexico outclassed South Africa. South Africa had, I think, 1 shot on target the entire game.
They had
3 shots in total.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 in total. It was a joke. But look, shithole got regarded. I saw that and I'm like, unfortunate name. But yeah, Mexico won in Mexico. Good move for them. It was a party. It was a party time I saw, so that's hectic.
Then there was Korea and Czechia.
Yeah, I know Czechia.
The Czech Republic.
Hearing the Americans say Czechia really annoys me.
A lot of things about the American annoys me.
Oh, Czechia is coming.
You know what? Let's just talk heaps
normal
of shit about the US. Okay, their chants suck.
Yeah.
Okay, their pundits are actually fucking unknowledgeable and don't know what they're talking about.
And they call it soccer.
Yeah. And to the point where Thierry Henry and Zlatan have both had a go at the goddamn American pundits. So they need to shut up. But you know what they won't do? Shut up. Fuckwits, dude.
Korea, Czech Republic, very interesting game. Korea probably should have won by more, but they won 2-1. They scored first, Czech Republic equalised, and then Korea got the winner.
But look, obviously, I think in this group, if we're going to go pick, why don't you go first? Pick who you think is going to top this group with the next 2 games.
I think Mexico because they have all their games in Mexico, huge advantage.
I agree. It's probably an advantage. I think after how I saw Korea play in the first game, I'm going to go Korea.
Bet.
It's on, bitch.
Let's see. We're going to tally. We're going to get receipts off this, and we're going to tally up.
Well, then we've got our Group B games. Now, to be fair, God. A slow group.
Fuck, man. This is
Very
just,
slow group.
It's just plain all round.
Well, I mean, look, the Canada game was very lackluster.
Canada should have
I
won.
will admit their goal was nice, but it was a very lackluster game.
Yeah. They definitely should have beat Qatar, but credit to Qatar. I do think Qatar is a little bit underrated for this group because obviously everyone thinks Qatar average, but
They won the Asian Cup.
They did win the Asian Cup. I think it was like 4 years ago.
The one before.
One before. So Qatar do know how to play football. And I mean, they got the money behind them too. I'm pretty sure the guy that scored the goal got like a car.
He did. He got $3 million worth of shit.
That's hectic.
Yeah, he got $3 million, and then they gave him a Rolls Royce.
This is their first World Cup goal, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, no, that's mad.
Yeah, and it was the equaliser in like 93rd minute. It was fucking crazy, dude. And then obviously out of it you've got Switzerland, Bosnia. I mean, Bosnia is Bosnia.
Bosnia have drawn 5 games in a row, 4 1-alls and 1-0 all, and you're going, okay, so Bosnia is just like equal.
Yeah,
they're just even the whole
they
way.
just try.
Yeah, they're just even the whole way.
So I mean, who are we going for Group B winners?
I'm gonna go because who plays next? It's Canada, Bosnia. I'm gonna go. You know what? Upset. Qatar. Represent the Asians.
I'm on the Switzerland train for this one. I think Switzerland is probably going to come up with the result.
Yeah.
I will note, how are they first though? Because that's not even alphabetical order.
Did they play? They didn't even play first.
They're literally all the same.
Does it go off?
It
Maybe
should
when
be
they
Bosnia
scored
first.
I don't know. We'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll see by the end of it anyway.
They all got 3 points.
Yeah. Well, then we've got the Group C standings. Now, I think this is probably one of the more interesting groups.
This one is very interesting.
It's a very interesting group.
I think it's set up very nicely, by the way.
Well, you've got Haiti, which I was corrected at work today. Apparently, it's Haiti.
It's Haiti.
Yeah,
There's H
I
right
googled it, and it did say Haiti.
Even the Hades call it Haiti.
I'm like, but the people are called Haitians.
Yeah, not Asians.
It's like they have a stroke halfway through saying their name. But look, I mean, you feel a bit sorry for the Haitians.
Bro, they went full pirate mode. I could not believe how well they played against Scotland. They definitely should have gotten a point out of it.
Oh, they deserved a point.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Scotland-
Better for us that they didn't.
Yeah, it was great for us.
But
Scotland survived.
Scotland did fine. McGinn's goal, nice goal.
Nice goal. But after there was literally not much else from Scotland out of that game.
No.
So I find it interesting that they're first in the group, but we'll say
Look, after one game playing probably the easiest team in the group,
Definitely the easiest
expectations
team,
were Scotland should take the 3 points.
yeah.
The big game obviously was the Morocco-Brazil game. Huge opening game because obviously there's a controversy with the African Cup with Morocco being awarded it, but Senegal not giving up the trophy, all of those type of things. And then a lot of controversy around Brazil coming into this World Cup, right? It was, does Ancelotti bring Neymar, right?
Which he did.
Didn't select João Pedro. And and went over players that had never been with the Brazilian squad before. Thiago Silva. Thiago, not Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva's been to plenty World Cups.
So, like, I look at the squad. I'm like, well, Ancelotti made a good choice with the whole Neymar thing, right? It was a win-win for him.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't bring Neymar and then Brazil flop out, they go, because you didn't bring Neymar. But if he does bring Neymar and then they flop out, they go, well, I mean, it was Neymar's fault.
And also as well, like, he's probably good for team morale having Neymar there.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And it's good for the Brazilian people as well because they know
crowd.
Neymar's there. So it was good to bring it to keep the team and the Brazilians on his side. But look, from that first game that we saw, bro, I am not expecting them to do very well. Morocco were the better team.
And I think it was funny, right? You look at it on paper and you think, man, the Brazilians against the Moroccans, they should do well. But when you start watching the game, you're like, hang on a second, why am I discounting the Moroccans?
Yeah.
Not only did they have a good World Cup last time, where they went on a
Made
run,
to the semis.
they made it to the semis.
Yeah.
They also have had a fantastic African Cup of Nations.
They've been playing together for about 6 years now.
Correct.
You play with the same team for 6 years. It's like when Belgium when they made it to the semi-final in 2018. They had played together for 8 years to get to that point.
Correct.
This is Morocco now, getting to that point where they are now they all know each other so well that they are going to compete against these top teams.
Well, I don't know what Brazil's move is for the next round, right? Because I don't think Thiago's your guy to start up front. I think he's a specific type of striker that you need to get the ball to.
Yeah.
I think Cunha's the option that they should
I think
go
Cunha's
for.
the option too, yeah.
Because or Endrick, right?
Or Endrick, yeah.
They're going to
Yeah.
cause more trouble up front.
Yeah, he's what's his name? Thiago's more of a target man, and it worked
Correct.
at Brentford, right?
Yeah.
Being the target man.
Because they're feeding him the ball, right?
Correct, yeah.
That is what
but now
needs to happen.
Yeah, but now you've got Vinicius and you got Rafinha, and Martinelli and whoever asking for the ball out wide, and they want to take on. They don't want to cross in. They want to take on. So that kind of leaves Thiago lingering with not much to really do. So I think I still think it was dumb to not put João Pedro in. But I think having João Pedro in this team would have been fucking great. But he's made his choice. Now he's got to stick with it.
So, I mean, who are we thinking for Group C?
Morocco.
I'm on the Moroccan train too.
I think that they are severely underrated. I think a lot of teams just see Brazil because, 5 World Cups.
Yeah.
Fucking legendary team, legendary players. And nobody really thinks of Morocco, but I really think that they are a super dark horse to go deep into this comp.
Look, I agree. Group D, obviously the best group. We've got USA, Australia, Turkiye, Paraguay.
Well, we did the Australia-Turkey
We've done
game.
the Australia-Turkey game. We had USA, Paraguay. And this is what scares me about playing USA. They were very direct.
Very direct, yeah.
They don't mind a long ball. They like to play down the wings, cut it back off the byline.
And Balogun had a fucking...
Balogun. Now,
he was on target, yeah.
Backstory for Balogun. Do you know how he is an American citizen?
Illegally?
No.
Jumped the border?
No.
Just crawled under the wall?
They left him. They wanted him, baby. So his mum was over there on a holiday from the UK.
Yeah.
Was 7 months pregnant at the time. Tried to board the plane back to the UK. They went, "You're too pregnant, lady."
Oh, she's an anchor baby. He's an anchor baby.
Yeah, they would not allow her to board the plane back to the UK. Had to stay there. Had the baby and was there for several months while the baby developed and could then fly back home.
Yeah, so he's an anchor baby.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So that is how he's ended up playing.
That's so
US.
funny.
So that's his life now. It's turned out really well for him.
It worked out well for him, yeah.
Yeah, him, Pulisic were the two players to watch in this game because, mate.
Also, I think McKennie is Weston
Yeah.
is an engine, right? He is back and forth, and he gets involved in defense and attack. He does it for Juve, but he had a very, very good game.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, this is the thing. The US have obviously the fans behind them.
Yep.
Right? They're going to have a loud stadium wherever it goes, as shit as their chance are.
I'll see where they're going to play.
It is going to prove to be a tough game. I think if we're able to get a point from the game, we go
huge for us if we can get a point. Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, we're playing in Seattle.
Oh no.
Oh, Seattle.
But obviously, I think it comes down to what does Paraguay do in this group? Is Paraguay able to gain points? If Turkey doesn't get a win against Paraguay, it could be over for them.
Because they got to play USA on the last game.
Yeah. If they only get a point or get no points out of it, they could be out.
Yeah, 100%.
100% be out.
Yeah.
And I think looking at this group, like, who are we saying? Who's going to come first?
I'm thinking about it. I did say Turkey was going to win and USA was going to come third. I did say we would come second. But after the first round of games, I am going to go with Australia.
I'm going to say too.
We're going to draw. We're going to get a point out of USA, and then we're going to beat Paraguay. That gives us 7 minimum.
Yep.
I'm going with that. And I think Turkey, I think that Paraguay made USA look better than what they am as well, right? So I think that
you know what I found funny about the Paraguay game? They foul a lot.
Yeah.
They are constantly fouling. And I mean that's gonna work in our favour.
In our favour, yeah.
Yeah. Slowing the game down works perfectly for us. Because all we need to do is exploit space.
Yep.
We have the skill for once. We have the pace and we have the skill up front.
I don't know if you saw, they had the top 3 fastest players of the World Cup so far. It was Toure, it was Haaland, and it was Boss. So 2 of the top 3 fastest players in the World Cup are
I also
Aussies.
love Iracunda's not in there. We judge him to be the fastest.
Yeah, so look, I'm going to go us based off that first round. I was expecting a draw against Turkey. Super happy with the win. I think we can definitely get a point against USA because we're going to shut up shop a lot better than Paraguay. And we're going to make them. We're going to make them work for it.
They're, to break us down, it's not going to be as easy as a 1-2 like they were doing to Paraguay, right?
Yeah.
But again, Paraguay tried to open up and play them, as we saw the last time USA and Paraguay versed each other. They're going to an all-in brawl at the end of the game.
They did. That's right.
They're going to full all-in brawl, bro, throwing punches and everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So yeah. I mean, look, I'm quite into people at work out of me. What do you reckon about the USA Australia game? I'm quietly confident.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to go yell it from the rooftops like the Americans are. right? But I'm going to sit here and go, I mean, how we played in that first game, we took players considerably better than what the US have, weren't able to break us down from a man v man situation. So it's whether or not Poch versus Pop. That's how I see it, Poch versus Pop. Because it's going to come down to who sets up that team better.
And see if they could break us down.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of screaming from the rooftops, fucking Germany with their 7-1 win over Curacao.
Well, I mean, look,
Curacao,
yeah. They're one of the smallest nations.
Yeah, I think they're ranked like 85th or something.
I think they're actually the smallest nation. It's 150,000 people or something like that.
I think Germany have that many kids in football.
Yeah, correct. Right, and I mean, it was a complete slaughtering. However,
hey, they did score.
They equalised.
That was awesome.
Not just scored.
That was great.
They equalised. So
didn't last very long, but it was good.
I am loving the memes though.
What is
it's just like Curacao equalizes against Germany, and then it just goes to like the karate meme of where I want you to go full contact, and then he just knocks that woman out
with Danny McBride.
Danny McBride,
yeah.
Right? He just starts knocking it out. Or so I was like, they score the equalizer, and it's just goes. Opens up and then the door goes. He just walks out. You're like, uh-oh, and then it just turned into what we all knew Germany were going to be.
Grape,
yeah, full on grape,
big grape,
prison grape, German prison grape.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Just when you thought those guys couldn't get any sharper.
And look, obviously, I think it was the result that most people were.
Yeah, I mean, they were a dollar. They were $1. I think $1.03.
Yeah.
So I think the whole world expected a thrashing.
And they got what they expected. Because obviously now there's probably two leaders in this group, which obviously second is Cote d'Ivoire. They played Ecuador. That was an interesting game.
Ecuador, 2 great chances, hit the crossbar, came back to bite him in the ass with a nice and mad goal in the 90th minute. That sets up Cote d'Ivoire very nicely now.
For sure, because now obviously all they have to do is secure a win against Curacao. They're through.
Correct.
That's all they have to do. Look, who we picking for the winner of Group E?
Germany.
1, 2, 3, Germany.
1, 2,
Wait for my
3,
countdown.
Nazis.
Yeah. Whoa. But
Hey, did you see there was a guy dressed like Adolf Hitler?
No.
I think it was AI, but it was pretty funny. There was some German chick with jugs, and then there was just an Adolf. I'm like, bro, you cannot be Adolf.
Yeah. Well, actually, I thought it's pretty good, the AI of the Brazil game where the guy's just staring at his tits.
AI, bro, I can't trust it anymore.
Yeah, no, well, I also love the comments where they're like, this is AI, right? You sure it's AI?
Yeah, I hope it's AI.
Is it? God, I love Brazilians. Then we had the Group F games. Another interesting group with some interesting results, to be fair. Sweden, Japan, Netherlands, Tunisia.
Yes. So,
bit of drama in this group. So I don't know. Let's jump into the drama. Sweden versus Tunisia. Sweden steamrolled Tunisia.
This is the big drama in the group with Sweden, is that you've got the Liverpool boys talking about Ishak. You got the Arsenal boys talking about Gyökeres.
And they're both assisting and scoring for each other.
Ishak's better. Gyökeres is better. And they're just both going, we're just going to score.
Yeah. We're just going to do what we
it's funny because
do.
Stammer's like, see what Gyökeres did? And Sam's like, see what Ishak did? I'm going, oh, for fuck's sake. And then you look at, 5-1, okay.
Yeah, it was... but again, Tunisia shut down. What is the Tunisians' reaction to that loss? They sacked their coach.
Yeah, awesome. That's proper. Who's the Greek manager for Forest? Marinakos or whatever his name is. Bro, proper Marinakos styles, right?
Yeah.
Just he's like, oh, you've lost the game, huh? Get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Oh, you got us here? Well, you're gone. We'll have a stand-in manager for the World Cup. What?
Yeah, I know, crarazy, right? Stand-in manager for the World Cup is
crazy reaction, dude.
So look, now do we go into a new manager, like when the new manager happens and the team just picks up? What's it called? Like the new manager mode. They're just new managers in, and all of a sudden they're gonna pull a draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go no. I'm going to go no on that one, dude. I don't think that they do anything. If anything, I think they get worse.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling with Tunisia.
Yeah.
So...
and they've still got to verse Netherlands and Japan,
look, it's
arguably the two hardest teams in the group.
I think they're the hardest teams in the group.
Yeah.
I think those two are the top teams. Now, the Netherlands-Japan game, Netherlands went up, Japan came back. Netherlands went up again, and Japan came back.
Well, hang on. There was a small break in between there where Ronald Koeman decided just to fuck the team. Can we just establish that?
Sure, we can establish that.
So Netherlands go up.
I want it in the books.
Japan equalised, and you think, damn, that's pretty good by Japan. They didn't have very many chances, right? They absorbed pressure kind of well. I think Netherlands should have done a bit better. Cody Gakpo was pretty much invisible.
Oh, really? Just like his whole season.
Yeah, pretty much. No. Let me correct you there. He was definitely not invisible because he was fucking us, man. They kept giving him the ball, and he just kept not doing anything. In this one, he just didn't do anything. They didn't give him the ball because he just didn't do anything. But Ron Koeman's decision when they went up 2-1, this is after the Japanese had already come back. He decides, you know what? Let's just take off Somerville, who's been our best attacking outlet. Bring on Deepe, who decided I'm going to wear a Gucci headband.
Dude, he loves his Gucci headbands, bro.
I mean, he's a rapper, dude. What are you going to do? Should have worn a fucking Jesus piece, too. What a douchebag, dude. So takes off their attacking outlets and then brings on defensive players for what to occur. They couldn't absorb the pressure, and Japan scores a fucking header.
I know, a header.
A header. Of all things, they get a header.
I know you're not going to like this. It was over Van Dijk as well.
Well, it was before Van Dijk. You didn't even jump with him.
No, it was over Van Dijk. It was over Van Dijk's head. I know you're not going to like it.
You know what's over? Netherlands. They're over.
Somerville came off. Marlon came off. Rendiers came off. Look, he brought on Depay, Coop Miners, and Timber. They've got a good squad.
Yeah, of course they did.
But Gakpo lasting to the 84th minute just baffles me.
Yeah, doing nothing.
He did nothing.
Doing nothing.
He had 2 shots. I think one of them, nearly scored. But yeah, he had 2 shots. He had 75% passing accuracy, 0.2 expected goals, 0.1 expected assists.
Yeah, so he was expected to do nothing. And that's what he delivered. Good for him. But who are we saying tops Group F?
I'm going to still stick with the Netherlands. I think that because they play Sweden, and I think Sweden obviously got Tunisia. It makes them look a little bit better than what I think they actually are. Look at Sweden's team. I'm not impressed, except for their strike.
If you look at their lead-ups, they're barely scoring.
Yeah. With big Graham Potter at the helm. Fucking dog. Fuck that guy.
But I'm going to stick with the Netherlands on Group F too.
Yeah, I think Japan will give it a shake though, because they pressed till the 90th minute. They did not stop. Proper Japanese warrior styles.
Yeah. What was Britta's comment? Remember, these guys were kamikazes.
Audibly laughed when I heard that.
And he was right.
Speaking of plain Janes, more draws.
Group G. God, this sucked.
All draws. Yeah.
New Zealand, Iran, Belgium, and Egypt.
Can we just give some respect to New Zealand?
Yeah.
Bro, New Zealand, even though they played Iran, and Iran's a good side, New Zealand pressed so well. Chris Wood is actually much more than just a target man.
Dude, he's got a fantastic.
He had 2 assists, and he can drill the ball from far distance.
You
full respect to Chris Wood.
He is a Premier League level striker.
Yeah.
I think you forget this because he plays at a lower Premier League team.
Yeah,
bro, he's a Premier League level, especially when he's around some of the players in New Zealand. I will say the goals from Just should be sponsored by Nike. I'm just going to say,
bro, they were good goals.
Just do it. Come on now.
This is $1 million idea.
It's marketing 101, man.
You're selling this for free.
Yeah, damn it. I'm going to hide that behind the paywall. Because, dude, New Zealand played a good game. Did they deserve to beat Iran? Maybe. There's an argument.
There is an argument they definitely did
to say that they played well enough to win that game.
Yeah.
But credit to Iran, they hang on in the game. They took the chances as they came.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Belgium and Egypt, God, that was boring.
That was dog shit.
It was a dog shit game.
Remember we were talking about how Belgium kind of peaked in 2018? Mm-hmm. Their team now is full of older players from that era and full of younger guys who are not good enough.
Yeah, well, there's no experience in their team anymore. Like we were saying.
Well, they got a KDB.
No, they're experienced together.
Oh, yeah,
so like we said in 18, they played with each other for 8 years. They built it up. They had a strong squad. I don't think they have that anymore. No. They have key players they look to. They brought Lukaku on. That made a result for him.
He got the equaliser goal,
Until that happened, I didn't look like they were going to score a goal.
No, not at all. I mean, you look at their team, right? So out of like their experienced players, these are the midfielders. You got Trossard, De Bruyne, Doku, Onana, Tielemans, right? That's all good. But then up top, they got De Ketelaere from Atalanta.
Yeah, don't know that person.
Right? Then you got Meunier, who's 34.
Yeah.
Ngoy, who plays at Lille. Mekele, who plays at Club Brugge, is 33. And Castagna, who has not played well since he's been at Fulham.
Yeah.
So their defense is rubbish. Their strikers is rubbish. They got Courtois as a goalkeeper, and they got mad midfielders, but they've got nothing on either side.
No.
So I thought Belgium would be a bit better, but this is actually a wide group, and I'm going to go with New Zealand topping it. I think New Zealand's going to beat Egypt. I think New Zealand's going to draw with Belgium. That gives them 5 points. That means they're going to top the group. Go the Kiwis.
Look, I mean, I'm not going to
that.
agree with that. I think Egypt's going to top the group.
Okay, that's fair.
I think Egypt was a better team in the Belgium game.
Mamouche and Salah playing well.
Yeah.
They have played together and they made the semi-finals of AFCON.
Yeah.
So again, they know how to play together and they work well together, and that will probably lead them to being first. I just want to live the dream and see the Kiwis top a group in the World Cup. That would be sick.
Then we have Group H. This is another
Very plain Jane.
Interesting group.
Yeah.
It is plain Jane result-wise, but interesting games. All right, well, let's start with Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. I was backing Saudi Arabia in this game, dude. I said it the night before.
Yep.
I go, Saudi Arabia could pull an upset against Uruguay. Uruguay's team has names in it, and they are all fucking average.
Except for Valverde.
Except for Valverde.
He's a
That
gun.
is the only player.
He's a fucking gun.
Pull the team up. Because you got Darwin Núñez up front. I go, as long as he's on the fucking pitch, they ain't doing shit, dude.
He got hooked at halftime because he did absolutely nothing.
I will give him some defense. Ugarte cannot play a ball to save his fucking life.
Can I just show you? Look where his one shot went. It went out for nearly a corner, nearly a throw in. It was that bad.
I knew this. I've watched.
We've seen this. We've seen this happen.
Yeah.
So look at the back. They don't have anybody of their goalkeeper plays for Estudiantes and is 40 years old.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this guy. They got a guy from Napoli, River Plate, Flamengo, guys playing Brazil. They're midfield, right? They got Araujo from Sporting, good player.
Yes.
Bentancur, Ugarte, Valverde. Now Bentancur is good to recycle the ball.
Yes, he's a Uruguayan Michael Carrick.
Correct. But so is Ugarte. He doesn't go forward, so they both recycle.
No, that's too much credit for Ugarte. I need to stop you there. Ugarte can't pass. He cannot pass the ball. I'm telling you now, he cannot pass the ball.
Well, he got 90% accurate passing. I'm just saying.
He can't pass the ball. I'm telling you now. Give him a ball that he needs to play through. That shit is going out. I've watched him do it at Man U, and I've watched him do it in the fucking game. Every time he tried to play a ball to Darwin Núñez, that shit just went out.
Yeah. Look, very, very average side. I feel sorry for Valverde. I wish he wasn't Uruguayan. I'd love if he was Australian, but anyway.
Yeah, we'll accept you, man.
Yeah, I would take
Dual
him all
citizenship.
day. I would take him all day. But yeah, look, they ain't got much. And I think that I had a draw in this game because I think that Saudi Arabia is a strong side.
Yeah.
They know, because I think we're talking about where these guys play in the Saudi Arabian League. And so they
all play
play
together.
So they play with top players as well. That helps elevate them. And then they all play together. So they'll play in their clubs, but they all play together, and it really helps them out.
They all develop together as well.
Correct.
So they understand how each other plays. They're not.
They also got that Saudi Arabia money to help them out.
Oh, it's a nice help, bro.
It's nice. It's a
Private
good
jets,
incentive.
Gold toilets, all of the such. But I think Saudi Arabia can probably get out of this group.
I've got them to get out of the group. I think it's very, very possible that they do now. They got the 1 point, and then they're going to come up against Cabo Verde. Now, speaking of Cabo Verde,
they are the heroes of round one.
That was awesome.
They're the heroes of round one.
That was awesome.
You got to
for
clap
them.
them in. Obviously, Spain versus Cabo Verde. Spain was $1.06 favourites.
Yeah.
To win
I got them at $1.10 thinking, that's a good odd.
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
I took them at $1.06 and fucking lost, dude. Now, obviously, you go back and watch the highlights. The highlights are the Cabo Verde goalkeeper. Mind you, 40 years old.
40?
He's 40 years old.
Man.
The big kind of story that comes out of it is at 40 years old, he had 50,000 followers on Instagram at the start of the game. By the end of the game, he had 1.9 million, which now apparently is up to 8 million.
Is it 8? Is
He
it? I
has
heard
8
6 at the
million
last.
followers.
That's mad.
Right?
So his name is Vazina. It's just one name. It's like Prince. He plays at Chavez, which I'm assuming is in Mexico, I think. And he got man of the match with his 7 saves of the game.
Not quite
Dude.
beach, but It's good.
Fucking awesome. And I love that he's now got nearly 8 million followers at 40 years old. That's
Dude,
cracker.
that's it. That is his retirement now. He can just literally sell products on Instagram.
He's now
That's all he has to do.
He's now the Cabo Verde Neymar.
Yeah.
There's everything sponsored
He needs
from
to
him.
take his sister's birthday off every year now. Do the right thing, bro.
But look, Spain, everybody expected a smashing. They actually didn't play that well.
No.
Their midfielders, I think there was a lot of criticism for, I think it was Xavi, that they weren't penetrating enough and creating enough.
No, I think
their strikers did
their...
nothing. No, who was their striker? The one that didn't touch the ball for 30 minutes.
Orzabal. He's the
30 minutes.
only player in World Cup history to not have a single touch of the ball in 30 minutes of gameplay.
Insane.
That's crazy.
30 minutes,
against Cabo Verde, who are just going to be sitting deep.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Not at one point did you think, maybe I'll go a little bit deeper and get the ball and try to create
Just
something
touch it.
or drag somebody out of a position. He just sat up front and just did nothing.
And these guys are the favourites to win the tournament.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, not in my books. That is for sure.
No. But do you still have them to top the group?
No.
No?
I'd love to see Saudi Arabia top the group, to be fair.
It would be nice.
I'm going to back Saudi Arabia.
All right, you back Saudi Arabia. That's your Kiwi love story. I'm going to stick with Spain. I think they do pick up their game. I think they play Saudi Arabia this week, actually.
Yeah.
So it'd be very interesting.
If there's a result from Saudi Arabia in that game, you go into that final game.
Well, yeah, because they'll play Cabo Verde and Spain play Uruguay. So very interesting. Ooh, hungry. That was the popcorn chicken. Yes, I ate KFC before I came.
Then we have Group I, and I think this is probably one of the most exciting groups.
This is for sure,
right, from round one. Not only do we get some decent results out of this, but there could be upsets that come out of this as well. Because obviously Norway versus Iraq, I think Norway. Interestingly enough, I was watching this at my barber's. Where Brula's barber who's Iraqi.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I walked in going, I got like $148 on Norway to win here. And he's just like, yeah, nice way to lose $148. Norway pretty much instantly scored. I'm like, I think I'm all right.
What was that?
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
I will give it to him, though. Look, we've got Big Graham Arnold, former Socceroos coach at the helm.
He didn't do too badly, Iraq.
They equalised. And I was thinking, oh, fuck, it might be on here.
Yeah. I think look, Iraq had good pressure at the top of the pitch, right?
Yeah.
So they weren't letting Norway just have the ball, which helped. But the problem is the quality that Norway has up front. You got Sorloth and you've got Haaland.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. The problem is you cannot stop 100% of chances.
Especially because the second goal that Haaland scored was because the keeper was too long. Well, maybe not the keeper's fault. The pass was shit to him, and Haaland ran onto it.
The keeper backs up.
The keeper backs up.
So the pass is shit, but if the keeper ran and just kicked the ball, he would have got it out.
But he waited for it,
He took 3 steps back, waiting for the ball to come into him.
Yeah.
And Haaland, he obviously just didn't judge how quick Haaland is on the getting to the ball.
And the guy's fucking quick.
Yeah. What? One of the top 3 quickest in the World Cup so far. So, look, Norway gets away with the win on that.
I am looking at their team. Look, Norway have some really good players that play in big clubs, right? So the keeper plays for Sevilla. Ryerson plays for Dortmund. Ayer plays for Brentford. Hegem plays for Bologna. And their left back, Wolf, plays for Wolverhampton, right? And then you got Odegaard as their captain. You got Berg from Fulham.
Patrick Berg.
And then you got Arunes from Benfica, who I'm not sure of. And then Nusa plays for Leipzig at 21 years old. Yeah. They've got guys that play in high leagues for big teams.
Yeah, and
Norway is making their way up.
That left winger they've got, he's a fantastic player.
Nusa.
Yeah. He is a very good player on the ball.
Yeah. 21 years old, so they've got a good little future ahead of them.
So, I mean, this group's going to be tough, but then obviously the other game was France-Senegal.
I think this was the top 2. Senegal, African champions. France, former World Cup champions.
Yep.
2 fantastic teams. Senegal, I don't think they've had a team this deep full of talent for a long, long time.
No.
Probably from like 2002.
No, I tend to agree, but you are taking on arguably one of the favourites of the tournament again.
This is the most stacked international team I've ever seen.
There always are.
Always are.
Always are. But now when we look at it, you've got current Ballon d'Or winner in their team, which they're playing out of position because they've got to play their top goal scorer, who's probably one of the best young talents that we've seen since Messi.
Who?
Right?
Mbappe.
Yeah. Who has been in between Messi, Ronaldo, for Mbappe
and then
as
third.
a talent?
Yeah.
Right? Like there's probably players that you would say better quality, but as a young talent bursting on the scene, he's the top goal scorer now for France.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he's only like 27.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's still got 7 years minimum.
He has another World Cup.
2. I reckon 2. He's got 2 more World Cups.
1 is guaranteed.
Yep.
2 is if he keeps himself fit.
Yep.
So
and look, France went up. It was 0 at half time, but then they pushed after that. And
I think the first half was pretty lackluster from France. I don't think.
Senegal were the better team
in the first half.
Nicholas Jackson hit the post, and then it came off the post. Could have gone in off Magnan, but it went out. I don't know how, but it went out, and Senegal really pushed. Mane had a good chance. But look, Senegal aren't going to be easy beats. But like you said, this is going to be a very interesting group. I am sticking with France. Obviously,
I'm sticking with France.
I've got France to make it
second
through.
half. They're too strong.
Oh, bro, their team is just ridiculous. You know they started Turkiye on the bench?
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck, bro? Imagine you're going up against Olise all day.
Well,
then you're like, oh, this sucks. And then, I'm going to take him off for Turkey. You're like, fuck.
I mean, to be fair, they had Rabiot on.
He did get an assist. I'll give him that. Also, big shout out to Mbappe. Crack a goal.
Yeah.
His second goal was banger.
After everyone's going, Senegal might get back into this. He's like,
No.
all right, then we have Group J, another interesting group. You think it was going to be a lot more straightforward than some of the games are. Obviously, Argentina's currently topping the group.
That game was just so simple for them. They're passing, and this is pretty much the same squad from last World Cup, but they've added Nico Paz to the team. Bro, this Argentina have a squad now.
Yeah. And everyone's been commenting, is Messi too old? He's done.
39 years old, and he bangs in a hat-trick.
His first World Cup hat-trick.
Which is mad. And
he's now equal top all-time goal scorer in the World Cup.
With
16.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Look, his second goal was a tap-in, but his other 2 goals were fucking bangers outside the box.
So. He was moving freely in the game too.
Yeah, they've worked it out where, because it used to be just like rely on Messi, right? Give him the ball and people work off him. The way it works now is the team work together, and then Messi just kind of interjects when he needs to.
They find the space for Messi.
Yeah.
So now they create a pocket of space. Messi just sits in it.
Oh, bro, it was literally 4-4, and then he sat in the middle. And then nobody shut him down.
Yeah.
And he just like, oh, man, I'm just going to take a couple steps, bang, whacks it in.
And works perfectly.
Yeah.
I think on the other side of it, obviously, we had Austria, Jordan. I think Austria were pretty... I mean, no, it wasn't...
Well, they won 3-1.
It wasn't as easy as expectations thought Austria to win, 4 or 5-0.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was still a pretty easy game for
Jordan tried to make it as tough as possible, but Austria were the better team.
Yeah, for sure. Jordan run a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, so who are we saying top group J?
Argentina. Simple. But the way they played was against Algeria tried to sit off them, and Argentina just had so much talent on the pitch that they took it in easy mode.
Yeah, 100%. Now we have Group K, the group that actually pissed me off the fucking most, man. So we've got Colombia at the top. Versing Uzbekistan in their first game. Uzbekistan put up a fight in the game. I mean, they pulled back an equaliser at one point.
I don't know if you know, but Cannavaro is the coach for Uzbekistan.
I did notice that.
Yeah.
I was sitting there with a guy from my work watching the game, and he just goes, Cannavaro's the coach, man. Your bet's screwed. He knows how to defend. I'm like,
maybe if Cannavaro was on the team 20 years ago, but the funny thing for Cannavaro, right, is this is what made me laugh, is in the World Cup that Italy won, he was bald. Then when he retired, he grew hair. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. You look at him now, he's balding again. I think coaching has really done a number to him. Poor Cannavaro. But look, Colombia played well with the players they got, but Luis Diaz is just the fucking proper X factor in that.
He's a different breed, bro.
He is, bro. He put so much into his games, and I do want to say that Munoz's goal was very nice.
Yeah, he wears a mouth guard now.
Munoz?
Yeah.
That gun. He's ready to battle.
Yeah. And now let's talk about the most disappointing game.
This is super disappointing.
The entire first round. Well, for me anyway, because I lost almost $400 on the game.
Yeah, sucks for you, man.
So you've got Portugal versus the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Isn't that a bit of an oxymoron? Democratic Republic? I thought they were like two different things.
I didn't know you could
The
call...
Democratic Republican Kingdom.
Warlord, Congo. But look, obviously, I think most people thought this is a walk in the park game.
Mm-hmm.
Portugal versus Congo. Portugal should be able to do them. They score in the opening 6 minutes.
Great header by Neves.
You think, well, they'll add from here. Run away from it. Run away with it. No, that's incorrect. They didn't do any of that.
Right.
They allowed Congo in at the end of the first half. You think, come out in the second half, get your goals? No. Portugal managed 7 shots.
In total.
The entire game.
Terrible.
That is shocking. That's a shocking result. Now, I will judge, I think, obviously before putting the money on, I went out and said to a bunch of the other boys who also bet on this, going, I'm not 100% confident with it. Congo's 5 results leading up to the World Cup were very low scoring. If they did lose, it was 2-1, meaning they have a goal in them, right? They're going to push for it. You need at least 2 goals to beat Congo. And that's how you got to look at it. Now, should Portugal have gotten 2 goals against Congo? Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But they failed to do it. So they've got a lot of work to do in this group to be able to top it.
Yeah, look, I'm just interested as to whether they just didn't think that the Congo was going to be the team that they actually were, or if this comes down to coaching, like the tactics. Because I've seen a lot of people say that Ronaldo needs to be dropped. And if you look at the stats and you look at the game, I understand that. But if you actually look at the game, he never got the ball, right? And that comes down to your midfielders not being able. And with the midfield that they have, they should be able to break down the defense and feed their strikers / wingers. But they never did. So I find it. I'm going to be very intrigued to see how they go forward with the next game, because I'm pretty sure they're going to play Uzbekistan. Mm-hmm. But once they come against Colombia, but you've got...
But Uzbekistan, given how they played against Congo, they play that same way against Uzbekistan, they aren't going to get a win either.
Correct. You can't just pass the ball around and think you're doing tiki-taka shit. You need to penetrate at some stage and try to force something in, but they just never did. They waited until the 75th minute to start swinging balls in. You're going, why would you take so long?
But again, I mean, I don't know if it's a breakdown in communication, but they're going from midfield into attack. It was very lackluster. There was no real idea behind the plays.
Yeah. So does that come down to the tactics from Martinez?
I think it's a little bit of like, is Ronaldo up to the standard that he used to be at? Because I think he's lost his bit of pace, right? Can he run the full 90 minutes anymore? I don't think he portrayed that he could. And it's whether or not the coach goes, okay, he's one of our legends, do we stick with him? Or does he get a seat on the bench and put in a young guy who's going to run?
Yeah.
Because I think that was their problem, right? Like, if you look at Bruno Fernandes when he was getting all the assists at Man U, obviously a lot were from free kicks. But he's got players running off him. And he needs people just constantly running. There was arguments there of Ronaldo's trying to take the shot instead of letting it run at one point to go to Bruno Fernandes. I think Thierry Henry came out and he said that. He goes, he needs to be less selfish, right? I think he's trying to score the goals instead of just trying to assist the goals. That's just Thierry Henry's opinion. So
I also think Thierry Henry has a bit of an agenda. He's never liked Ronaldo since they played against each other. Man U, Arsenal, still got that beef against him, but he does make a fair point.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Like, in that instance, he should have let that ball go to Bruno Fernandes. His actual position should have gone into the 6-yard box, right? To then draw the man to make the space. And that's the argument that's been had, which I agree with. But it depends how they're going to play going into the next games. Yeah. Because I think if they're going to just stick by Ronaldo, obviously he'll get a goal at some point. He always does.
He always does. Exactly right.
But is it too little, too late? Or do they make the call straight away? I think this is the whole thing with Liverpool at Salah, right?
This is going to be. It's going to take a lot of balls from Martinez to drop Ronaldo. I think you still start him, But there has to be a time where you just be like, okay, you got to sub off. You can't play 90 minutes every game.
No, he can't.
I think you still start him, but after, say, 60 minutes, if it's not working, you go, okay, you got to come off.
So who are we saying tops Group K?
I'm sticking with Portugal because I think they are going to make the adjustments. Their team is just too stacked to not finish top.
I'm going to go Colombia.
Cool.
Group L, final group.
Jeez, fucking hell.
This is
So many games. I'm fucking tired, man.
24 games, ready? But Group L. Obviously, England topped this group after their win today against Croatia. It's coming home.
No.
Yeah, this is all I keep chanting to the English people at work. Okay, it's coming home, man.
No.
And he goes, I'm not saying it. I'm like, just say it. Let me get on camera.
Look, England won 4-2. The penalty that Harry Kane scored.
The retake?
The retake? Bro, it must have been a bee's dick as to like how far it was off the line.
I've watched it twice. Again. And I'm like,
I swear there's a heel on the white line.
I don't think he's off the line. Even
No.
the commentators at the time were like, I mean, it's pretty harsh if they would turn this.
Yeah, it's very harsh. So
They did.
I didn't like that. But look, Harry Kane got a double. His header was cracker.
He looked sharp.
He
sharp.
looks ready for the World Cup.
But to be fair, I think everyone had expectations because you see England versus Croatia. Obviously, going back to previous World Cups, Croatia beating England
8 years ago, you mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is a big thing.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But it is most of the same team with Croatia.
It is pretty much the same team from 8 years ago.
Kovacic is still there when Kovacic was like a junior.
Yeah, Kovacic and Modric are still running the midfield.
Yeah.
They are both old as fuck now.
It's so I think looking at the game in the league, who knows who's going to win that one? That's a hard game. Then when the game started playing, you're like, why don't I just pick England and win?
Yeah, look, I thought England would be the better side. You got informed Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham is the new guy. You've got Elliot Anderson bossing that midfield.
I will say the fun fact: Madueke starting over Saka.
I did like that.
Yeah.
I did like that. I was very, very intrigued as to how that would work. And look, fair play to Madueke. He did get the penalty.
Yeah.
He got kicked by Modric. The one thing that England are going to struggle is their defense. Look, I still don't...
Well, I found it interesting that Stone started over Gahey.
Bro, how is Stone starting?
I get that Stones is the senior player, like from the England squad perspective. But one, he's been injured for quite a lot of the season.
A lot of the season,
right?
yeah.
Hasn't had the best season. Gahey's had probably the best season of his career.
Gahey definitely started over him at Man City.
Yes.
So why is Stone starting over him and England?
This is maybe he's fresher because he just hasn't played.
I don't know. I was super confused by that. I also don't like that Konza is starting in the middle. I don't think he's...
I don't know how he made the squad.
I don't know.
That is how little choice they have for centre-back.
They could have had Harry Maguire, who always puts in for England, and they took Konza. I was very, very confused. Nico O'Reilly had a good game. Reece James, I think, is a bit... I don't think the tactics work for him.
I think, I agree, because obviously they don't have... They're not bombing their fullbacks up as much. They're trying to get them to hold their position, let their wingers do the work. That probably doesn't work as well for Reece James. He likes to invert himself, trying to get into the midfield. I always thought he was an interesting choice because he makes sense because he's stronger defensively than Trent and he's also more senior.
Yeah.
Right? He makes sense for the choice. But I thought, very injury prone. He has missed a lot of the season injured in and out of teams. It makes sense. Look, he makes sense to be
Reece James, I think he was always going to start. I just don't think he had the best game. And I don't know whether it was the tactics or he was unfit or whatever it was, but they are a liability at the back. And I think that's where they'll go caught.
Well,
I think
why they
England
need 2 goals.
I think England will be a lot of shootouts. Yeah. So when it gets to those deeper stages, it's going to be shootouts
for sure. And then we had obviously Ghana and Panama.
I had a draw, and
I had Ghana or draw.
You thought you had Panama. I had Panama or draw in my bet.
I thought I had both teams to score, and then I'm sitting there
Wrong.
I'm like, damn it! I had $280 on this, and then I look at my Bet365. I'm like, oh, $300. Oh,
dude, were you okay?
I was pretty happy at that time. I was sitting in the toilet with a gun in my mouth, and then I looked at my Bet365 and go, "Oh no, solution!
Oh no, it's better.
Put the gun away. It's fine until another day, guys."
Look, they scored in the 95th minute. Ghana get the win. Good for them.
I mean, the Ghanaian team, they've got a few players in it.
Look, they're starting Jordan Ayew up top, who just got relegated to League One.
Yeah,
the guy is not that player anymore. He's 34 years old.
Yeah.
But that's who they're starting, all right?
Yeah,
They've only...
They got Semenyo in there, haven't they?
They got Semenyo. And the guy that scored Urenki plays in fucking not Netherlands, like Denmark or something. Like, I got no idea who these guys are. Nuana from fucking Lyon. Owasu from Ore. Sulemena from Atalanta. Bro, like, they're playing all over the world. No idea. Not any big teams. I think another thing is their keeper got injured, which probably isn't good.
That's probably not very good.
No, so...
It's a problem. That's not any good.
That's probably going to suck for them. The guy who took it looks like a fucking like a mugshot. So the guy that came in plays for Hearts of Oak. It sounds like a hippie book.
It's
look,
a commune.
I'm not liking this group. I think this is very, very straightforward. England's going to win all 3 games and they're going to top the group.
Yeah, I tend to think so too.
Yeah.
There's no disagreements for me on that
Yeah.
one. Now, look, before we sign off, why don't we just take a look at the Australian game coming up from the US? Obviously, we've talked about it a little bit, but if we start to look at the win probabilities here, 60% of people backing US. We've got 23% on a draw and 17% for an Australian win.
Hey,
I think we're massive underdogs. I think it's like where we like to be.
Yep.
And I think if we hold our shape and we break down the US, especially if we can stay in, if we can get up or stay at 0 or hold a draw by half time, I think we really get in their heads.
yeah,
I think we really make them push. What's going to help us, obviously, if we are under a lot of pressure, is these hydration breaks.
Yep.
We're going to take that time to get some different tactics on the pitch. I believe in Pop.
I believe in Pop.
He's got us all behind him after the first game. But it's going to be an interesting one. 5 a.m. Saturday.
Yep, we'll be up for it.
Oh, man, I'll be 100% up for it.
Getting up for
waiting
that.
to watch this game because it's going to be a thriller.
Yeah.
I think both teams are going to want to go at each other. We want to prove all of the pundits wrong, right? What's his name? Frank Grillo or whatever the hell he's called?
Dickhead.
Yeah. What a douchebag,
Yeah,
dude.
big dickhead.
Yeah, and he's doubled down again. Every time he talks about it, he doubles down and says how shit we are.
Well,
so
keep doubling down, baby.
Yeah.
But look, USA $1.60, Australia $5. So we're back to the same odds that we were against Turkey. Worked out well for us.
Hey, it's going to hopefully work out for me again.
Another hundred?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, until next week, we'll go through round 2 games. But, everyone watch the Aussies and
5 a.m.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.